That's your boo. I got boo in the video.
Because I was with that person. Who name did he put in that caption when he posted my son? He has a way of doing the same thing over every time when we fall out. He our kid. Just, that's what I feel.
Chrisean Rock might have a new guy in her life, but it's already giving off signs of another mess. Lately, she's been working hard to change her image, trying to heal, stay away from drama, and prove she's not still chasing after Blueface. She's been popping up at church events, showing a softer side during her live streams, and even getting a little preachy, asking people not to judge her. But while she talks about change, behind the scenes, it looks like she's setting up another headline moment. Now, she's added a new chapter to her so-called redemption story, and it's not looking good. The guy she was hoping would be her fresh start, he doesn't even seem interested. There's video of them together where she's trying to be flirty and close, but he's giving nothing back. Just awkward silences and distant energy. The whole thing feels forced and uncomfortable. Let's break down how she got to this point, because it wasn't random. This was clearly the next phase in what's starting to feel like her personal PR healing tour. First, we saw Gospel, Chrisean. She was at church singing like she was aiming for a spot on a reality singing show, encouraging her fans to pray for her instead of criticizing her. Then she jumped on live streams, claiming she was turning a new leaf, saying she's into gaming now, trying to make money on Twitch and find some peace. Then came the filtered selfies, showing off her baby and carefully edited looks that seemed like she was hiding something. It all felt like a classic case of damage control. And look, if she's genuinely growing, that's great, but healing isn't something you can fake by just wearing modest clothes and taking communion. Real healing takes time, not just a rebrand. Here's where it gets even more questionable. Before this new guy came into the picture, Chrisean was already trying to cut Blueface out of her narrative. Out of nowhere, she began accusing him of mistreating her and their baby. And while nobody's claiming he's completely innocent, timing is odd, especially since Blueface is in jail and can't speak up to defend himself. It feels a little too convenient that he suddenly became the villain in her storyline when he's not even around to respond.
When I'm putting my foot down, and when I'm trying to leave that man alone, he spitefully go after our kid. Yes, I do feel that. When we're good, I don't fear him mistreating our son. That's when he's on his good behavior.
Just hours after she dropped those claims against Blueface, Chrisean suddenly showed up with a full glam rollout like she was launching a whole new chapter. Hairstyled, nails done, friends cheering like she just got engaged. But the man next to her, he looked more like he was waiting on an Uber than celebrating a new relationship. His face said, "Get me out of here," not, "That's my girl." Then came the moment that had social media in full meltdown. Chrisean showed up with her baby on her hip, smiling wide with a fresh wig and lashes trying to grab the spotlight. She was clearly hoping this moment would be her next viral love story, but the guy next to her looked like he couldn't be more uncomfortable. Stiff, like he was standing in a hot church with no AC. No chemistry, no warmth, just blank stares and phone scrolling. He wasn't holding her hand, wasn't smiling, and barely even looked in her direction. Chrisean, on the other hand, was trying to do couple-style poses like they just hosted a gender reveal party. It was painfully awkward. Even the background. Music felt embarrassed. And when your own friends are louder with their "aw, y'all cute" hype than the guy you're with is even talking, it's a problem. It was like they were trying to force a connection through noise alone. Meanwhile, he's standing there staring at the ceiling like he's praying to be saved. Then later that night, word started going around that things weren't so picture-perfect behind the scenes. People close to Chrisean said she looked like she'd been crying. Her energy was off, and she was quietly venting like someone who just got their heart broken. She was reportedly wiping her eyes and saying things like, "I just want to be loved for real. I keep trying, and I keep getting hurt." And honestly, for a moment, you could feel that. Beneath all the chaos and drama, there's still a broken part of her that just wants to be seen and cared for. But that moment didn't last long. She quickly flipped back to her usual attitude, saying stuff like, "He just couldn't handle a real woman. He wasn't ready for me. No, let's not twist it. He didn't disappear. He never agreed to show up in the first place." Trying to make it seem like you walked away when he never stepped in isn't the same thing. And just when you think she might take a quiet step back to reflect, she jumps right back online saying she'd still get Blueface's name tattooed on her face. Seriously, after all that?
Now I want to be serious and do it right. Bye. I'm unfollowing everybody on this Instagram and getting this all over my face. I did that. Now I tapped that nigga on the other side of my face. Yes.
Let's get this straight. You broke down on camera about not being loved, got curved in 4K by the new dude who looked like he was being held hostage, and still want to get the name of the man who clowned you, denied your baby, and said on camera, he's not even sure the kid is his, tattooed on your face? Girl, It's like every time she tries to walk away, her trauma turns on location services and reroutes her right back. And listen, we all got an ex we're embarrassed about. One we loved, but we don't keep worshiping them like they the last man on earth with the Wi-Fi password. Chrisean treating Blueface like he's the only man who survived the flood. And she Noah's last dove. And here's the kicker. All this is happening while she's pushing a whole church girl rebrand. 1 minute, she's talking about being blessed and favored. Next minute, she's back online talking about busting it open for the same man who treats her like leftovers. It's the spiritual whiplash for me. She baptized herself on livestream, put on long sleeves like holiness was going to cover the heartbreak, and tried to convince the world she was healed. But behind closed doors, she's breaking down. Eyes red, spirit crushed, baby on hip, no real emotional support, and trying to act like she curved a man who didn't even lean in. We're watching her try to convince herself that rejection was empowerment, when really, it's unhealed wounds doing all the talking. But this isn't just about Chris. This whole mess is a reflection of the time where people quoting scriptures and shaking it in the same breath. Dudes doing the bare minimum but somehow becoming the entire plot. Single moms having to run PR campaigns just to not look messy. And Instagram? It's just edited trauma clips dressed up as love stories. It's highlight reels of people's pain with a filter and background music. Chrisean ain't the only one in this loop. She's just the most vocal one spinning live. And let's be real. Sometimes rejection isn't about the person who walked away. It's about the energy you bring, the baggage that follows you into every new situation. And when that energy still smells like old heartbreak, and your healing is being held together by a fresh lace front and a shaky Bible verse, people notice that man didn't reject her because she was too much. He just saw she's still haunted by Blueface's ghost, and no grown man wants to play stepdad to someone else's emotional baggage. So yeah, maybe Chrisean needed to break down, because sometimes the collapse is the only thing louder than the lies we keep telling ourselves. And the internet's already caught on. One fan said, "I couldn't take her seriously with another man's name still on her face." Another said, "That man looked like he didn't even want to be there." And someone else put it plainly, "She's so lost it's just sad now." So what y'all think? Is Chrisean really ready for new love? Or is this just another desperate attempt to throw a band-aid over a wound that's still bleeding Blueface's name? Because from where most people are standing, it looks less like healing and more like hiding. And when your version of moving on still involves his name on your face, his name in your mouth, and his shadow in your heart, it's not healing, it's reruns. Can someone actually rebrand themselves when the trauma is still leading the marketing campaign? How can you convince people you've changed when every move says you're still stuck? You can post Bible verses and wear long sleeves all day, but healing isn't about how you look. It's about what you let go. You can't dress up brokenness and call it growth. And here's the hard part. What does accountability really look like? It's more than just saying, "I'm working on myself." It's owning your patterns. It's stepping back when your decisions start to hurt, not just you, but your child. It's not confusing chaos for loyalty or love with attention. Because the truth is, nobody, not a new man, not the internet, not a viral prayer, can save Chrisean if she doesn't decide to save herself first. No one can carry your healing for you. No one can outrun the ghost of your last heartbreak if you keep inviting it back in. So maybe the breakdown was needed. Maybe it's the wake-up call. But at some point, the pity has to turn into power. At some point, the cycle has to stop. So now the real question is, does she want freedom or just the performance of it? Let us know your take in the comments.